Hey everyone, and this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Chrono Trigger for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. In the last video, we showed off another variation of the reunion ending, the ending you can get while Chrono is dead. And now that that's taken care of, I have a few loose ends to take care of. This video may end up being a little long. I am recording what is basically the beginning of this video, and I'm just doing everything as I go, as I'm doing this right now. And I want to make sure that this video ends up being the last one before I hopefully do a video where I do all of the Specchio battles as an extra, which will take me some time to do. So if this ends up being an hour long, like that one video where I was trying to find all of the treasures in the Reptite lair, so be it. It's been a fun game. It's been wonderful to revisit for the millionth time, personally. But at this point, every Let's Play has to come to a close, and this one is no exception. So I've already gotten Chrono back on both of the timelines, the Magus and non-Magus timeline, and I am going to play the Magus timeline for the purpose of this video. So, oh, and if you save the game immediately after rescuing Chrono and coming back to the end of time, Chrono theme actually plays when you load the game back up. I did not know this. Speaking of things that I didn't know, and I want to make sure that I get this out before I forget entirely, Azala is female. Interestingly, as far as the Ted Woolsey Super NES translation goes, Azala is never mentioned in the terms of she and or her. Azala is just called Azala. She is not referenced by any pronouns in the Super NES version of the game, which also is used for the PlayStation Final Fantasy Chronicles version. And unless you've played the DS version or the Steam version, which has a translation that is more close to the original Japanese, you're not going to know that. So I thought I'd actually mention that. I can't believe I didn't notice this until I was actually looking stuff up for the game for other videos for this Let's Play. I've never had the DS version. I've never played the Steam version, though I'm curious about playing it. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. I am going to put Chrono in the party, and I'm going to keep Ayla in. And I'm going to go into the Epoch, and I'm going to go to 65 million BC. Because there is a weapon that I have never gotten. And I just now remembered that it existed. And to start, we need to head to the hunting range. And we need to find Moo. Or, New. I don't know why I called him Moo. It's been a while. And that only hit 2 of them. I might as well go ahead and take care of some enemies while I wait. I mean, makes sense to do so. I mean, it'll probably help me out big time for what I want to do. I still want to get a ruby armor for Robo for when I do the Genodome. Because that ruby armor really helped against Atropos's area bomb attack. Like, it just negated so much of the damage, and it just did about as much damage as somebody hitting somebody with a stick. And I actually thought that was pretty funny, and I want to do that again. Of course, it won't be on camera, but still. And before you ask, yes, I'm going to beat Lavos one last time. I'm going to beat the Lavos core and everything. I may do it 2 last times. Depends on how the video goes. So anyway, now that it's raining, there he is. Let's get to him before he disappears. Because he can, and he will, once the rain stops. And Twin Charm. I could use Charm and get this easily, but I might as well. And we got the Mop. I forgot to equip Chrono. Why did I do that? Please hit him. I forgot he has so many hit points. So, yeah, if you're wondering why I have all of Chrono's default stuff, it's because I wanted to do that just so I could get past Lavos. So I could get back to the part where after Chrono dies. What do I want to put on you? I need you to heal yourself, like, quickly. And I probably should have used Cure. Oh well. And the Mop is the weakest sword Chrono can get. Is the weakest weapon he can have. And can I get anything? No enemies? Really? Like nothing over here? That's odd. You're back. I did not know you could show up a second time. I'll just get another Mop because I feel like it. So yeah, we have this really lame... we have this brown stick for a sword, and it doesn't even have a thing. It doesn't even have a trail for after he swings the weapon. It's so weak. Because you're just hitting him with the Mop. Like the official art, because there is art for things in this game. You can find them on Chrono Trigger wikis and stuff. It is an actual Mop. And I was trying to get in the battle to show it off, and, well, I was able to. And just for fun, I might as well just go ahead and do Well, we have that. But as far as swinging it goes, you don't have a trail for when you swing the weapon. And now everyone's gone. Or everyone's back, rather. I guess. This is incredible, honestly. Alright. Okay, so I didn't fight those enemies. I thought maybe I did. And I wasn't finding anything. Now, let's stop messing around and just get rid of those mops. Can I get one of these right now? Yes. Okay. Don't need more. And we're going to go ahead and sell the mops for 1G each. Yeah, it's not a very good weapon. Not worth anything at all. It's a mop. I don't know why. I don't know why New is carrying a mop around, but he does. Anyway, the next thing I want to do, I want to go to 600. Yes, I am going to take care of the Black Omen off screen. I might as well do that just to get everybody's speed to max. There's a sunken desert. You can still get it even after Zeal Kingdom is destroyed, as mentioned earlier. And for this, we need to put Frog at the head of the party. Don't need Marl, don't need Ayla, though. I could just as easily do this with Ayla. Though, all you need for this is Frog. Also, I finally have the Brave Sword from Death Peak again, so I now have a strongest sword. I almost considered fighting Lavos with it, but nah. We've already done it with the powered-up Masamune. Now, we need to get to a point in the mountains where we have a freelancer throwing rocks at us. We need to get to a point where a freelancer throws rocks at us, and we need to just stand there with Frog in the party. That's pretty much all we have to do. I just need to get there. And you are not getting me today. And this may take a while. And I just might be able to get past this guy. I did. Alright. We need to be pretty close to him, I think. Maybe. Am I not getting it? Is it just random? Do I have to be on a ladder? This is supposed to be how you get it. I'm not quite sure why this isn't working. Also, Frog is totally taking damage. Is there a point where you have to do this? It's been a good while since I have done getting the gold rock. And I might as well look it up just to be safe. That way I know that I'm doing it right. Though I should be doing it right. And I know that I'm taking damage as I'm doing this, as you can see. All right. Oh, you have the power up the Masamune. That's why I'm not getting it. Well, I will be right back when I actually have the Masamune powered up. And that's going to take me a while. But for you, it's going to be a hop, skip, and a jump away. Be right back. Welcome back. I have left Denadora Mountains and went to the Northern Ruins to avenge Cyrus, and now I have the powered up Masamune. So I'm pretty much at the screen where I'm supposed to be. And if Frog is in the lead of the party and he catches a rock from the Freelancer now, does he have to be facing it? Oh, I see what you have to do. You have to press A as soon as it hits you. And then you'll get him to do this. I await thee, Freelancer. It starts glowing in Frog's hand. You got the gold rock. A changed frog art I. So here's what the gold rock does. First of all, it invokes the triple tech Grand Dream. And it can only be used and equipped by Frog. He's the only person who can equip it. And for this particular triple tech, you need Frog, Marl, and Robo in the party. Physical attack with new Masamune. So, I'm assuming... Okay, we're gonna have to take the... We're gonna have to take that off and see what happens. Okay. Apparently, you need some text. What are they? What's 15? Well, you need Frog Squash. You need Life 2 for Marl. And you need Laser Spin. So Frog's Frog Squash, Marl's Life 2, and Robo's Laser Spin. So with that taken care of, let's test this out. Let's see what happens. And I actually want to get out of this area with this equipped. And I want to get back down to an earlier area, which shouldn't be hard to do. I will have to do a battle, though. But I'll be able to show off the technique here. Alright. Grand Dream. Let's see what happens. So we shoot a laser into the Masamune that is infused with Life 2. And the laser causes a bunch of Masa and Munes to fall down from the sky and do some screen clearing damage. Neat. And I'll just go ahead and use this particular moment to, well, get out of here. Alright. We're out of there. And while it may be a hop, skip, and a jump away for you, it is going to be quite a bit of work for me. Because after the cut, I'm going to have all of the side quests completed on the Magus and non-Magus timelines. And we'll have our battles with Lavos and our ending discrepancies there. Be right back. Welcome back. Last time I was here, I could not get the Slasher 2. Mostly because I thought I got it and, well, I didn't. But now, we're going to try to get it. I've brought Magus here, because this is the Magus is Alive timeline, as well as Marl and Ayla, in case I need to either use Twin Charm, or use Haste, and then use Twin Charm. So, I need to plan this out a little better, and thankfully I have an idea as to how to do it. Okay, Twin Charm, start with Ozzy. We're gonna do this first. We're gonna put Magic Wall on Magus after Delta Force hits us. Yeah, that's fun. That'll probably cause even less damage to Magus, magic-wise. And I'm now going to try to charm Slash. Alright, we got the Slasher too. Finally. And they are really hitting me with the counterattacks here. And now that that's taken care of, I can definitely just go ahead and hit the Dark Bomb on Slash here. Might as well. Even though he's going to counterattack with that every single time. Yikes, that hurts. And now we're going to go for the Flea Pants. Or the Flea Vest. Just cuz. What are we going to get here? Excellent. And there is the Bad Impulse. Great. Of course, that doesn't do a lot of damage at all. Now I'm just gonna put... I'm gonna put it on Ayla just in case. Alright. Let's see if we can do more damage to everybody here before we beat down Ozzy. Because that would be great. Might as well go ahead and do it the way I'd like to do it now. And yeah, I need to put it on Magus. Yikes. Oh, that didn't even hit Magus. That is incredible. But now that we have Slash out of the equation, we're not going to really have much in the way of counterattacks. And Flea runs away, apparently. We never see her again. Who knows where she goes after that? We just never see her again. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and use Dark Matter on Ozzy. He's already done. Oh, sheesh. Do I have to do this again? And there we go. 5,000 experience points, 3,000 gold. And if we needed tech points, we would have gotten a whole bunch of them. Alright, let's get what's in here. The dash ring and the sight cap. And then we're going to put Chrono in the party. With the Slasher 2. Let's go ahead and put it on him for fun. Almost as strong as the Rainbow Sword. And now we get to see it in action. Let's see what that slash animation looks like. Not bad. And we might as well just go ahead and put the rainbow back on Chrono there, and then we can just do just for the fun of it. Poor Ozzy, defeated by a cat. Well, that's pretty much all of the bucket list items as far as objects go, but what about the other things? The other yeah, okay, I see now. Every character aside from Magus should have, well, and Chrono, of course, should have 6 triple tech attacks. No, not 6, 4. 4 triple tech attacks. I don't know why I said 6. Chrono is in every one of them. But if you don't count Chrono into proceedings, yeah, there's going to be 4. Because you have the 2 characters right there, then 3, 4, 5, 6. That's where I got 6 from. No wonder I'm getting my numbers mixed up. So yeah, we have all of the triple techs now. We have every tech in the game. So I don't have to worry about that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through all of the side quests and the Black Omen on the Magus and non-Magus timelines, and then I'm gonna face Lavos in both timelines one last time. And with one ending I will use Epoch, and with one ending I will not. I'll just go ahead and use either the bucket at the end of time or the right pad on the telepod in Lean Square. So see you then. Welcome back. Since the last part of this video, I have completed all the side quests. gone through the Black Omen 3 times, and opened all of the sealed chests. And I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be. Here is the Magus timeline, and here is the non-Magus timeline. Notice that Ayla is stronger in the non-Magus timeline than in the Magus timeline. And I will go over that because there's a little difference between being level 72 and not being level 72. Also, I will be doing the ending for both timelines with Epoch crashed into Lavos, because the only time I've ever done the Epoch ending is with the reunion ending, which you can get immediately after Chrono is dead. And I actually got the ending where Epoch is crashed into Lavos, and the ending where where Epoch isn't crashed into Lavos for that one. But every time I've done the actual final ending at the end of the game, Epoch is still in one piece. Therefore, I will crash Epoch into Lavos in both timelines. And I'm going to start with the Magus timeline first. Speaking of facts and other things, before we get further into this, I've learned a few things. At the Sealed Pyramid near Medina Village, you actually want to get the Swallow every time. This is because there's actually a way to get both. You can get both the Swallow and the Safe Helm in the same game. If you don't get the Safe Helm at the pyramid near Medina Village in 1000 AD, you can charm the shell of the Lavos spawn in the Black Omen just before the whole Zeal Mammoth Machine final Zeal battle trilogy at the end. Yeah, if you charm the shell, you'll actually get the Safe Helm. Not like it makes that much of a difference, because it's still far from the strongest helmet you can get, despite having auto protect on it that cuts all damage taken by a third. You're still better off with the Prism Helms anyway. What else was there? Oh yes! I actually learned that Lock All actually doesn't do anything. You may remember that spell from fights with the Rubbles, or the turrets on the Blackbird, or Boss Orb and Sidekick in the Black Omen. So, Lock All is supposed to keep you from using all techniques and items when cast. However, if you are fast enough to take out the Boss Orb in the Boss Orb Sidekick fights in the Black Omen, this is like the best example and probably the only example I can give of this. If you somehow defeat the Boss Orb, also known as the Watcher in DS and Beyond, before that enemy can cast Lock All, you still can't use techs and items. That's because for those three battles, the turrets, the Rubbles, and the Boss Orb and Sidekicks, Lock All actually takes effect before the spell is even cast. As soon as the battle begins, you can't use techs or items. I found this out on accident twice while getting ready for this part of the Let's Play. I actually managed to defeat the Boss Orb and then go on to the Sidekicks. I wanted to see if I could use techniques on the Sidekicks. I couldn't use techniques on the Sidekicks. Lock All is actually hard-coded into that battle, for lack of a better term. I don't know how to best explain it. And the Lock All spell being cast is just a formality. It's just there to tell you you can't use techniques or items. It actually does nothing. That's why it's able to get past anything that negates status ailments. Because the instructions to make it so that you can't use techs and items in that battle basically override protection from status ailments from armor. I kid you not. And just so you know, I did this with the boss orbs and sidekicks both times. That's how I know about it. Like, it is possible to outspeed the boss orb and kill it if you're super fast on the draw. But even then, you still can't use spell techniques and items. And I just thought it was the funniest thing. I've been, as of the time of this recording, I have played this game for nearly 30 years, and I'm still learning stuff. That's impressive. Also, I've gotten everybody's speed up to max, so that's not much of a problem. So, there's that. And there's really not much else to mention. So, I am in the Lavos timeline. Or, the Lavos timeline. Both timelines are the Lavos timeline. This is the Magus timeline. We're going to go into the Epic, and we're going to crash into Lavos. Not sure if I want to... Well, I could, actually. Yeah, let's go ahead and use this party for Lavos. I mean, it's done me good against it's done me good against the Zeal, Mammoth Machine, Final Zeal trilogy of battles. Why not use it here? And we will fight. Also, this video is going to be pretty long. I mean, all the footage that I've done before this point, 30 minutes. 30 minutes combined. So, I'm not going to be surprised if this one particular video, aside from when I was in the Reptile Cave trying to find all the hidden stuff, takes an hour. Also, I am totally not touching any buttons on the controller. Once you choose to fight, the text goes on its own. And here we are. Busting out the Diet Fago. This is gonna be a long one. Ayla, alive. Ah. You can open your eyes. We're inside. We beat the odds. Epic. Me proud. No turning back now. All right. Yeah, I'm about to say, I should have used the bucket near the save point at the end of time before I did this. Oh, right, it's a good thing I checked. Who uses the gold rock? What do we need to use the gold rock for? There's Grand Dream. Okay. There's that. But there's also a Mega Flare. And I don't see much of a reason to use the Defender on Robo for one. I can just go ahead and use the Blue Rock. Okay. Oh, he really is the best person to use for that. Which means I can just give a gold stud to Luca, and then that will be that. If I have one. Yeah, you know what? As much as I like the idea of using Magus, Ayla, and Frog for this, I think I'll use Omega Flare. I think I'll use Luca, Robo, and Magus instead for the Omega Flare, because it's going to be... I'm going to be doing a lot more damage in a lot less time, and it'll really speed this up. Alright. Let's go ahead and use... Well, I could use Omega Flare now if Luca would hurry up. There we go. Ultimate Laser. That is quite the laser. And quite the inverted colors. And, I wonder, if I keep using Omega Flare, will it take out both arms at the same time? Or are we going to have a problem? We're going to have a problem! We're going to have a problem! So I'm just going to use Flare. And since I can't use this, I'm going to cast Magic Wall on Robo, because he's probably going to need it more than Magus will. And there we go. Please don't make... Please don't. Well, that didn't do anything, thankfully. But, there we go. There we go. Alright. Time to use Omega Flare again. Kinda hard to use this when I can't control Robo. And not much to say here. This is going to be pretty boring, obviously. We're going to get hurt a lot here. Probably. Maybe. I mean, because all I'm just doing is Omega Flare. And Evil Emanation is kicked in, which means Lavos does more damage. So, let's just keep hitting Lavos. I might as well do this just to save myself and maybe even use some time. And I could tell just from that Lavos was defeated while I was talking. Somehow I know. And, how do I want to handle this? I'm going to use Uzi Punch on the left pod. I'm going to go after the center pot from there. And then I can just do what I need to do. Okay. Let's get physical, to quote Olivia Newton-John on the left pod, even though that's clearly not what that means. Maybe. I usually don't think about that very much. And I'm gonna increase the oh dear. Okay. You know what? I think it's better if I just do this on myself afterwards, just to be on the safe side. I could have probably given the prism specs to Robo, but I wouldn't be able to use Omega Flare if I did. And I'll just do this. I think we're better off if we just do this. There's a time warp, which actually did nothing to our HP, amazingly. And now it's time to do some real damage. There we go. Oh, you're gonna do Grand Stone, aren't you? Oi! That wasn't fun. Let's just do... Why did I do Black Hole? I could have sworn I casted Dark Matter. Actually, I'm kind of surprised you can cast it on anybody in this battle. And we can still do some damage here. And if I'm lucky, I can actually destroy the center bit. Though that may actually cause some problems. Yup, called it. That'll cause the whole... And defense power is down, which means... Ah! Why did that happen? Well, at least we can still use Dart Bomb and Mega Bomb for some of the things that I'd like to do. Okay. This will cause that to happen. And I can go ahead and cast Dark Matter. And I could probably cast Shock just to do even more damage. This isn't going exactly how I wanted this to go. Or, this is going how I want it to go. Okay, that's better. Alright. Okay, hit this again. Whatever you do. Nice. And now we can do this ending with everything taken care of. And just like last time, we're getting the same ending where the guards wake Chrono up and we head to the castle and we find out that we're cleared of all charges and all that. Didn't know really what to say at that point. I still have the press A to go through the dialogue, but that's okay. I don't even know why I'm skipping this, well, or why I'm not skipping this other than just to show this off once again. And of course, there's Luca revealing that she's the mastermind behind all of this surprise. And from here we finally have control. There's no real reason for me to talk to everyone because, well, we did all that the first time we got this ending. And with that, I'm gonna have a nice drink of Faygo. While I wait to regain control of the game again. This has been a heck of a thing to work on. This whole Chrono Trigger Let's Play. I started work on this back in August of 2023. It is May 2024, almost June 2024, at the time that I am laying down the vocals for this part of the video right now. I have been working on this for almost 10 months. Because other games that I've given this Let's Play treatment, wrestling shows, and I've been recapping, whether it be AEW, WWE, United Wrestling Network, Ring of Honor, Impact. Being tired some nights and just trying to watch the same video without falling asleep for 3 hours. Sometimes I'm just kind of tired out of my mind. I can't do anything Let's Play wise, and yeah, sometimes that's in the way as well. But at least I soldiered on with this. So let's go ahead and follow Luca to the telepods. Everybody has their last goodbyes. And I have to say that when you reach the absolute end of the game, and you see everyone go through a gate one last time, one by one, you get this music, but the music goes in a direction that's different from how it's went all game. And when you get that orchestrated stuff going on that's about to hit in 3, 2, 1. That's when it hits you. That's when you know that these people who you've spent so many hours with, getting experience, learning techniques, getting through the game, learning about them, seeing them become better people throughout this game, they're never going to see each other ever again. And that's why this ending works. I mean, once the orchestration kicks in, the adventure really is over. And I find it hilarious that Magus just leaves like that. Like, he never really had attachment to anybody. Though, to be fair, that's how him being in the game kind of is. Like, he's there. He can do stuff. He's part of the party. But aside from a few bits of dialogue here and there, such as when you have to get to the rainbow shell with him in your party, or if you have that final battle with Zeal in your party, you never really hear from him that much. Oh, and Ozzy's fort, he has special dialogue there too. And then there's the part where Robo goes to a completely different future where he wasn't even built in, and therefore he may not even exist in it. Even though he's going to show up in it and just be in an alternate timeline for as long as he exists. The ending briefly touches on it, but that's as far as it goes. I've never played Chrono Trigger Crimson Echoes, so I honestly don't know what happens to him, but I assume he's in that game as well. And now here's the moment of truth. When we do the whole Lean's Bell thing, is the Chancellor there? Oh, that's right. I can't even check because he's going to be part of this. But he's more than likely going to show up because I know that I got him out of the chest. And there goes the soldier who brings the bell to the little centerpiece of the square there. And we bring the bell up there. But Marl has the balloons now. And as Nadia's bell rings, Nadia flies around the balloons. You only get this if you crash Epoch into Lavos. And if you have Chrono in your party, Chrono tries to get her down. Luca can't do anything. All she can do is just hope. We come down and we don't. And amazingly, we don't get to see Saban fire off the fireworks. They fire off afterwards. And instead of seeing Epic in the sky, R.I.P. Akira Toriyama, by the way, we see Chrono and Marl on the balloons in the air above the world. And this looks so good with the lights on in the darkness in mode 7. And you get to see some other scenes that you wouldn't see with Epic, such as this. You just slowly see this. You just slowly see the world rotate below the main protagonists. I find it interesting that you only get to see Truce and Poor, and not any of the other places. And you get to see the moon get bigger and bigger. Just the game just slowly zoom in towards it, mode 7 style. It's quite a treat actually watching the ending where you don't see Epic, where Epic is crashed into Lavos and is dismantled. This is definitely more anime style. This is a lot more touching than just seeing the epic fly around, which is still cool, don't get me wrong. And no, Chrono and Marl aren't in space. We just see the stars just for the sake of it. Then we see the Earth, and then we see the rest of the credits. Woolsey! Like, I like the script mostly because I grew up with it. That's why the original Super Nintendo script is near and dear to my heart. But I'm glad that they did retranslate it for the DS version and beyond, so that it's closer to the original Japanese script. The dialogue in the retranslation is a lot better. And that is it for the first part of the ending. Alright. I'm just going to wait for the sparkles to disappear, and then I'm going to do LR select start. And before I do this next bit, I can't do it. Though I still could. I can still do this. I'm just going to put it on active just for the sake of it. And we're going to show off what happens if you get destroyed by Lavos. Because I haven't been able to do this all video, or all Let's Play for that matter. So I'm going to make things a little more interesting before I do the non-Magus version of the ending. And I'm going to have Lavos completely annihilate me. And I'm going to try to go through all this dialogue as fast as possible. I'm not going to take any time to do any of the things for the trial, because we're not going through the entire game all over again. I'm just going to have to do all the required things to get to where I need to go. I'm not going to equip anything. So no prism helm, no moon armor, no rainbow sword. I'm just going to go in there with complete default stuff and just get absolutely destroyed. I'm not even going to get my allowance from my mother. I'm just going to run straight to the square and run in the marl. I am going to check on Marl, though. I'm not that much of a monster. And I'm going to give it to her, because but thou must. And I'm going to have her follow me around, because but thou must. And we're going to talk to the person in the fountain. And there we go. Quickest way to get to the square. I'm not going to equip Marl with anything either. That ain't happening. And I'm just going to wait here because that's a lot easier. Which means I can get another drink of Faygo. Or Diet Faygo. And now we're just going to check our stuff. Yes, I have her magic at 90. And from here, we're just going to go right to this pod and get absolutely destroyed. Destruction will rain down from the heavens, and so will the bad ending. Now, we'll just do the trick in one turn. No. That's what I get for leveling up past. Okay, we can just destroy each other. I can just do 71 damage to Lavos. There we go. How much damage can I do? Just 275. With a Bakken. Bakken. B-O-K-K-E-N. It's probably pronounced Boken. It's a wooden practice sword. For those of you who did not know. And, well, we couldn't kill Lavos, so, this happens. A shame you actually don't get to go in the 1999 in this game. Direct attack on truce! Calm down. How does it look down there? Well, I imagine it can't be good. They've even hit the sun. They've even hit the sun keep. Poor. Chorus. Medna. Everything's been destroyed! Director! We're under attack! Take cover in the shelter dome. As opposed to the Thunderdome. Director, sir, you must come with us! We're out of time. Get moving! Yes, sir! Lavos. And just like that, the world is ruined. But the future refused to change. And that is the bad ending. And if you press A, you'll be sent back to the title screen. And now, for what we've been waiting for. This timeline where Magus has been defeated, Ayla's level 72. Why am I mentioning this? Because I said I would at the beginning of this part of the video. Ayla has the Iron Fist, which you get at level 72. And what that does is it gives your fist a different striking animation, and it also allows for auto chaos on critical hit. So if you hit an enemy with a critical hit, assuming they survive, you will inflict the chaos status ailment on that enemy. There is another kind of fist that you can get in the Super Nintendo version, and all others, called the Bronze Fist at level 90. If you get this, you'll get another different animation for the fist, and any enemy hit with the critical hit, immediate 9,999 hit points worth of damage. This will take out any normal enemy, make bosses a lot easier, and, well, it'll make the Lavos battles a lot more fun, that's for sure. And I'll show that off when if and when I do the new bonus video. So, how do I want to do this? Well, I got everybody here with gold studs and everything. I guess I might as well go ahead and keep the party the way that it is. I might as well do that. And we're gonna go back to 1999. And we are going to fight. Weird looking space spirit between it and OK. You can tell they were probably trying to finish up right there. And from here, I'm actually going to be silent for the epic part this time. Alright. We are now back where we should be with Lavos. What is our... Okay, we have 3D attack for the triple attack. I can work with this. And of course I should have the Masamune. I also have moon armor on Frog as well, so that should kind of help him out a lot. And Ayla's about as ready as she can be. I'm tempted to use Tailspin on the left arm, which is the one on the right side of the screen, but I don't think it's going to do the amount of damage I'd like. So I'm just going to go straight onto using Confuse on that arm. Okay, I am on the right person. And from here, that should get me... That'll probably do it. I'll just go ahead and use Tailspin on this just to be safe. Sadly, all of Chrono and Frog's dual techs are only single target. So I'll just have to keep going with Water 2 and Luminaire, more than likely. And if only I could do more damage with Frog Squash. Or, you know what, I could have just used Triple Kick. I don't know why I didn't think of doing that. I'll go ahead and have him do that anyway, just to be safe. I'll just go ahead and use Falcon Hit. There we go. Ah, I wasn't fast enough. And it's Chrono. Great. That's not fun. I'll go ahead and have you do that attack. There's Obstacle. Hopefully it won't affect Chrono, though. Ah, it affected Chrono. Well, that's not too bad. We can just use Drop Kick. And that's why we can use Drop Kick. Okay, cool. We can just go ahead and use Drop Kick again. Don't really want to use 3D attack, though. Or do I? And it'll still hit. It'll still hit fairly well. I think. Oof. And I'll just have Chrono heal himself. That was something. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and use 3D attack on this again. And that'll do it. As long as I'm doing that much damage per attack, I shouldn't have that much problems. So here's how I can do this. Lepod's getting drop kicked as soon as the battle begins. Like, that's not even an issue. And I can just go right after the center pod right after that. I don't want to lose Luminaire because I can't attack the right pod until the defense is down. Yeah, I can just do this super easy. Of course, if I get 3D attack before I get drop kick, that'll work too. Alright. 3D attack it is. And from here... Are you serious? How much damage will this do? Obviously not enough to justify using Dino Tail. If I absolutely destroy the right pod before this is over, this is going to be so funny. Like, it is going to be amazing. And there's active light bringing back the left bit. And that can't do anything because Protective Seal hasn't been done in this battle yet. So there's that. Oh, for Pete's sake. How much is that going to give me? I could get away with doing this. I could get away with it. Oh, no. Let's just do this and see what happens. I'm just gonna do this and this, being Dino Tail and Frog Squash. And then I'm just gonna Mega Elixir everybody and then see what happens. That should give me close to... Actually, that did give me 4,600 damage. So I wouldn't have been able to get away with that. Curses. Well... You just sealed your fate. You're gonna hit me with Dreamless, but that's probably not gonna do very much. Yeah, it didn't do very much. And, yeah, we're gonna be doing our next 3D attack on the right bit there. And that should be enough to do it, I think. Still not enough. Well, this should be. There we go. And that is ball game. We have finally gotten all the variations of all the endings. With and without Magus. I have been waiting for this day for 10 months. And now we're going to have to go through this ending again. This time without Magus anywhere in the picture. And it'll be just that little bit different. With Frog/Glenn being in his human form once again. But other than that, that's about it. This has been quite the endeavor to do for the internet. My own Let's Play of what is my most favorite video game of all time. This has truly been a labor of love. And I don't think I can do it any more justice than I already have. Unless I actually did practice runs ahead of time. But I pretty much know how to get through the game inside and out. And because of that, I just decided to wing it as far as that part of making all these videos goes. I mean, maybe I'd be a little more aware of stuff and maybe I would have been able to do a few more things. Maybe I would have charmed the shell on the Lavos spawn in the Black Omen at great risk to my own party and actually get something out of it. But I don't really see myself doing much better than what I did. And oh yeah, the Chancellor was there in the ending. Though maybe it would have been the evil Chancellor in that part if we didn't free him. Or maybe the Chancellor would have been in there all along. Hard to tell. It's kind of hard to figure it out. But anyway, we've now beaten Lavos for the final time without Magus being any part of this. And as far as the main game and New Game Plus goes, aside from trying to fight all the forms of Specchio, which I want to make its own thing, this is basically it. So once again, we can follow Luca. And Frog is still in human form. And Magus isn't here. So what gives? I thought maybe Frog would have changed back by now. Or Glenn, or whatever his name is. As far as we can tell, Frog is still Frog. I mean, we're not going to see him transform. Before he leaves. Yeah, he doesn't transform before he leaves. I was expecting him to maybe do that. Well, that's a pain. Well, at least we got to see him transform back to human form in the other endings. So there's that. And that's everyone gone. One last time. Here comes a soldier. Tell us that the king wants us. We talk to the king. And then the game is pretty much over. I find it weird that they never bring up what happens to Lean's bell. I mean, there's a lot of things that never get brought up, like how everyone's able to fly Epic and control Epic in the air and stuff like that, but it's all pretty much unnecessary anyway. And I guess that with this, the ending is the same as it ever was. And we're back in the air one last time as we see the game's credits one last time. Once again, R.I.P. Akira Toriyama. He passed away in March, right when I was done with most of the endings, and it was, his passing was really unexpected. And being a kid who grew up throughout most of the 90s and at least the first half of the 2000s, I was really big in the Dragon Ball Z. But this game in particular was my first exposure to Akira Toriyama's art. I didn't really know much about Dragon Quest at the time. I wasn't exactly exposed to it until a little later on as I got older. So, as far as Akira Toriyama was, this was the gateway drug, and then Dragon Ball Z came afterwards. And it was kind of interesting to just look at the characters and be like, oh, hey, you know, Goku looks like Chrono. And when I got older and I played the PSX version, the PlayStation 1 version, it was like, oh, hey, they're not showing Frog's face when he's in human form and he's Glenn again, but he definitely looks like Gohan. Or the older Gohan at very least. And seeing Chrono getting married to Marl, like, some of the stuff he's wearing for that ceremony kind of reminds me of Broly. Fun times. Just the 1990s, those. For me, it's just not going to get any better than those days. I really don't know what else to say at this point. This whole Let's Play has been a blast to do. I don't know how else to express that thought other than that it has been an absolute joy to do. Just to play this whole game for the internet and just play it for the sake of playing it and talk about everything that there is that can be talked about. So there is still the extra video that I want to do where I fight all of the forms of Specchio at the end of time and show off what they all get and how to fight them all. I want to be able to pull that off. And if I can get the frog form, which is the weakest one you can get, I'll definitely be able to do it. And then I'll show off everything else. I want to make it all one video, keep it all compartmentalized. It will take a while if it even happens at all. No promises. I mean, I don't know if I'm ever gonna do it. And, apparently this plays if you leave this on long enough. Nice. I forgot about that little detail. I don't think there's any more things that I can do or say that won't amount to anything other than rambling at this point. Again, I'd like to do the all forms of Specchio battle video. That'll happen a long time after this is uploaded, assuming it ever happens at all. I'd like to do it. And if I get to do it, and I get to do all that, you're going to be seeing it. I don't know when, but if it happens, you will. And so, this has been Let's Play Chrono Trigger. This has been going on for an hour and a half now. My opinion of this game still stands. This is, if not the greatest, one of the greatest games that Squaresoft, now Square Enix, has ever produced. And it's hard to top this. It's just so well done from beginning to end, from top to bottom, to back to front, from alpha to omega. The game looks great. The sound is very involving, especially when it comes to battles. The soundtrack as a whole, there's not a single bad song in it. And you have a ton of replay value. Not just from all the endings and all the things that you can do in New Game Plus, but just playing it from beginning to end all over again. And again and again. I did that as a kid. The game was just that great. Nothing I've ever played will probably top Chrono Trigger. Though if I were to play Final Fantasy VI, it would come close. we'd have some competition right there. I mean, that's probably the one thing that I have yet to play in my entire life. Other than maybe Terra Enigma, which I have done. That would even come monstrously close. But as far as my own personal video game pantheon goes, this is it. This is the summit. This is the peak of everything. And I would be so hard pressed to find anything, as far as my own personal tastes go, that will top this. It's just so well done. And I'm gonna miss playing this for the internet. This has been a wild ride. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. I'm actually tearing up doing this. My God. This is hitting me like a ton of bricks now. I didn't think this would happen. My Lord. And see y'all later. R.I.P. Akira Toriyama. Thank you, Squaresoft. Clap, 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 clap. I will never find another game like this. I'm actually saluting the screen as I'm saying this right now. I could say that I will be coming back with another game, and I will. I could say I do want to go with the maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be bad, maybe it'll be somewhere in between, who knows. It ain't gonna be Chrono Trigger, okay? Oh my gosh. See you all later. See you next Let's Play.